Welcome back to the channel. In today's exercise, we're diving into Module 3, Element Selection and Manipulation in Autodesk Revit for MEP. Thank you in advance for hitting that like and subscribe button to support the channel's growth. Make sure you have Revit open and your copy of the model downloaded in order for you to do the exercise parallel. Okay, let's get started. In Revit, almost every action begins with selecting the element first and then choosing the tool. This is different from traditional AutoCAD workflows, where you often choose the tool first. In this exercise, we're not performing advanced modifications yet. Instead, we're learning where the tools are, how Revit behaves when elements are selected, and how to control the model with precision. Align tool, precise element positioning. Purpose, aligns one element to another based on a shared edge or reference. Ensures clean geometry, accurate placement, and visual consistency. Workflow: 1. Activate the Align tool from the Modify tab. 2. Click the reference element first, the one in the correct position. 3. Click the target element next, the one to be moved. 4. Revit shifts or rotates the target to match the reference. Keynotes: tool must be selected before clicking components. Clicks must be precise. Revit aligns based on the face or edge clicked. Can align to lines, reference planes, grids, levels, or straight edges. In some cases, alignment may cause rotation while maintaining wall connections. Offset tool, controlled duplication and spacing. Purpose: creates a copy of an element at a specified distance. Useful for parallel walls, layout spacing, and repeating geometry. Workflow: 1. Activate the Offset tool from the Modify tab. 2. Set the offset distance in the options bar. 3. Click the original element. 4. Click again to place the offset copy. 5. For chain offset, hover, press tab, click. Offsets all connected elements as one unit. Behavior notes: without tab key, each segment offsets individually. With tab key, entire chain offsets cleanly, preserving corners. Unexpected behavior: if you stay in the same offset session, corners may auto-extend or break. Hosted elements, for example doors, lights, may be duplicated with the host wall. Best practices: cancel the command between offsets to avoid corner distortion. Use tab for clean chain offsets. Be precise with cursor position. It controls offset direction. Avoid offsetting host walls with embedded components unless duplication is intended. Mirror tool, symmetrical duplication. Purpose: creates a mirrored copy of selected elements across a defined axis. Ideal for symmetrical layouts, repeated geometry, and architectural balance. Workflow: 1. Select the elements first, use Control-click or a selection box. 2. Activate the Mirror tool from the Modify tab. 3. Click a reference line, edge, or axis to define the mirror plane. 4. Revit duplicates the elements symmetrically across that reference. Tips for precision: use tab to cycle through available references when multiple options exist. Be mindful of click placement. The mirror axis defines both direction and orientation. Press spacebar to confirm if using the tool first method. Use cases: mirroring fixtures, walls, or furniture across a center line. Duplicating layout geometry in symmetrical rooms. Aligning elements across grids or reference planes. Mirror, draw, tool, custom axis symmetry. Purpose: duplicates selected elements across a user-defined mirror axis. Ideal for symmetrical layouts where no reference line or plane exists. Workflow: 1. Select the elements first, recommended for clarity. 2. Activate the Mirror Draw tool from the Modify tab. 3. Define the mirror axis by clicking 2 points. This creates a custom symmetry line. 4. Revit duplicates and mirrors the elements across that line. Keynotes: use when no existing reference, grid, level, edge is available. The mirror axis is defined by a vector between 2 mouse clicks. Works well for irregular layouts or diagonal symmetry. Best practices: be precise with your 2 clicks. They control both direction and orientation. Use tab if needed to cycle through potential references. Avoid holding tab or moving the cursor during the operation. Split tool, segmenting linear elements. Purpose: divides walls, lines, or similar elements into separate segments. Useful for layout adjustments, phasing, or isolating geometry for editing. Workflow 1. Activate the Split tool from the Modify tab. 2. Click two split points, for example point 1 and point 2. 3. Optionally, tick Delete Inner Segment in the Options bar to auto-remove the middle portion. 4. Result, 2 clean segments remain, butted end-to-end. Important notes. Tool must be selected before clicking the component. Do not use Split to create openings for doors or windows. Use hosted components instead. Splitting walls may affect room boundaries. Use room separation lines if needed. Best practices: use Split for geometry control, not for hosting logic. Be precise with split points to avoid unintended gaps or overlaps. Use the Options bar to streamline multi-split operations. Move tool, accurate element relocation. Purpose, relocates elements with precision. Ideal for repositioning components, adjusting layouts, or aligning geometry. Workflow 1. It's recommended to select the element first. 2. Activate the Move tool from the Modify tab. 3. Click a reference point on the element. 4. Click a target point or enter a specific distance. 5. Revit moves the element along a defined vector. Key notes: dragging without the Move tool is possible, but often inaccurate. The Move tool allows for vector-based movement, direction plus distance between 2 points. Numerical input for exact shifts. Works best when snapping to references or using dimensions. Best practices: always define a clear reference and target point. Use snaps and guides for alignment. Avoid dragging unless precision is not critical. Combine with temporary dimensions for layout control. Copy tool, duplicating elements with precision. Purpose: creates an exact duplicate of selected elements at a specified location. Ideal for repeating geometry, layout replication, and symmetrical design. Workflow 1. Select the element to be copied. 2. Activate the Copy tool from the Modify tab. 3. Click a base point on the original element. 4. Click a target point or enter a specific distance. 5. Revit places the duplicate while keeping the original in place. Keynotes, not to be confused with copy and paste. This tool uses the same steps as the Move tool. The original element remains unchanged. Supports vector-based movement and numerical input for accuracy. Best practices: use snaps and reference points for alignment. Combine with array or mirror tools for repeated layouts. Avoid dragging unless precision is not required. Rotate tool, controlled angular transformation. Purpose: rotates selected elements around a defined center point. Useful for angled layouts, component orientation, and symmetrical adjustments. Workflow 1. Select the elements to rotate. 2. Activate the Rotate tool from the Modify tab. 3. Revit places a provisional center of rotation in the middle of the selection. 4. Define the rotation angle by entering a value in the Options bar, or clicking 2 points to form a rotation vector, changing the rotation origin to rotate around a different point, drag the rotation dot to a new location, or click the Place button on the Options bar. Shortcut: press spacebar to quickly activate the Place command. Best practices: use reference points or guides for precise rotation. Combine with snaps to maintain alignment. Avoid rotating hosted elements unless repositioning is intentional. Trim, corner, tool, neat corner formation. Purpose: joins 2 intersecting elements to form a clean corner. Automatically trims or extends both elements as needed. Workflow 1. Activate the Trim, Corner tool from the Modify tab. 2. Click 2 intersecting elements. Order doesn't matter. 3. Revit adjusts both elements to meet neatly at the corner. Keynotes: tool must be selected before clicking components. Works by modifying both elements, trimming or extending as required. Useful for cleaning up intersections in walls, lines, or framing geometry. Runs contrary to AutoCAD logic. You click the part you're keeping, not the part you're trimming away. Best practices: used for architectural cleanup, especially in plan views. Ideal for forming precise junctions in structural or layout elements. Be mindful of hosted components. Trim may affect their placement. Trim/extend tool, targeted cleanup and extension. Purpose: trims or extends one element to meet another, ideal for cleaning up intersections, aligning geometry, or extending layout elements precisely. Workflow: 1. Activate the trim/extend tool from the Modify tab. 2. Click the reference element first, for example, wall, line, edge. This element remains unchanged. 3. Click the target element next. Revit will either trim or extend it to meet the reference keynotes. Tool must be selected before clicking components. The first click defines the reference, the second click modifies the target. Works with faces, center lines, or edges depending on your selection. Contrary to AutoCAD logic, you click the part you're keeping, not the part you're trimming away. Advanced use: you can trim or extend multiple elements to the same reference. Example: click reference 1, then targets 2 and 4 sequentially. Revit will adjust each to meet the reference cleanly. And that completes the practical exercise for Module 3. By now, you should feel confident selecting elements, filtering them, adjusting settings, and understanding how Revit organizes and manipulates components. These skills form the backbone of all modeling work in Revit MEP. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and continue with the next module in the series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Module 4.